Biafran Heroes and Heroines Remembrance Day 2019. Oh yes, my good people of Biafra, our freedom don't dey at hand oh, my obungalicious Biafrans. Once again, the Biafran Heroes and Heroines Remembrance Day don't come again for Thursday 30th May 2019 where we dey so. Now when it go happen, great Biafrans, this Heroes and Heroines Remembrance Day don't become tradition in the history and life of Biafrans worldwide. As other nations, they remember their fallen heroes. Now so we, the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, go remember, honor, respect and salute our fallen mama, papa, brother, sister, uncle, aunt, cousin, children, even tata and bomboy. When Nigerian government with her British papa and mama and her allied forces massacre for Asaba, Owerri, Ugwuawusa, Mpo, Igbocha, Ode, Aba, Ala Yoruba, Afaruku, Ibeku, and other places who are not mentioned. These great heroes and heroines will bleed, hunger, thirst, suffer and died, lay the foundation for our existence today. Thursday, 30th May 2019, as usual, all captains of industry, Nigerian Union of Road Transport Workers, market leaders and their markets, schools, colleges, universities, polytechnics, oil bank companies, banks, transport operators, stubborn keke riders will no get welfare, advice on ourselves, filling stations, civil servants, private offices, churches and ministries, together with other for the whole of Biafra land, must obey and observe this hallowed, sacred and sober day, as we, the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, under the supreme leadership of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the entire Directorate of States in conjunction with the obungalicious good people of Biafra, don't agree and declare say Thursday 30th of May 2019 na sit at home, aka Operation Total Lockdown of Biafra land, nke bụ iwebe niile chen na ala Biafra. This Biafran Heroes and Heroines Remembrance Day will be sit at home, go carry this white fire enter Saba Abo Igala, Yoruba Igedi Shekiri Ibanke, Igbo Binuzo, or Bobarugebe Ijo, and the whole of 25 provinces were there for Biafran land, even as our Biafrans in Ofe Manoland, Yoruba, and Ugwuawusa go also join in this sit at home. Mbaho, our people in diaspora go carry Egunzobu, Biafra Bo Kemba, with all our Ejirimara and electrify the streets of Ambeke and Africa in general. Through to Chukwu Kikabiama, this year's Biafran Heroes and Heroines Remembrance Day go be Thursday 30th May 2019, another history in the making. 30th May 2019, another indelible mark in the sign of time and of history by Biafrans. Join this one big global family for the restoration of Biafra. Makana Hausa Fulani Nokwanoka Obuguna Hab Haloka, no talk say you know hear am or I no tell you. Join Ipob now, because our freedom is better than silver and gold. Freedom is life. Our freedom is better than diamond and precious stones. Freedom is here. Now the obungalicious indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, bring una this message.
Hey, go Chinekele, Abrala. Hey, I'm getting the money here. Ahamadike, Biafra. Ahamadike, Biafra. Ahamadike, Biafra. Biafra, Kwenu. Hey, I don't talk before. When I know why here. When I come block on here, say when I know why here. No problem. When the war start, we go know who be who. Biafrans. How many times did I call you? You don't want to listen. I say boycott every churches that is against freedom. Boycott every food from the Fulani herdsmen. Boycott every onions from the Boko Haram. Boycott anything that come from the north. When we say that no one more could go, they don't want to leave us, one will go. But they want to carry their food to poison us. Go punish them. I said I'm going to boycott anything will go bring death. And timely death for Igbo land. Biafra land, boycott all their food, not eat their food. I don't talk about boycott Dangote product. Anything where you bring, nah lie. You want to take and kill you. You want to put you under subjection. No listen to them. No buy their food, no buy their cement, no buy their chicken, no buy their anything. I tell you, if you try them, God don't punish you. Now that they hungry you. Now that they hungry you. Let's not forget. Make I ask one question. Jumama and Emeka, make I answer me this question very carefully. Land don't finish for Sabah. Land don't finish for Wede. Land don't finish for Anambra. Land in other Port Harcourt. Land in other Aba. Why when I deceive when I say only Yoruba land and Hausa land when I go build in the whole match when I go get in the whole world. Now crazy the world now. When I decrease, may God forgive you now. Make I come back home. I don't talk about. I say boycott every food from Hausa. Boycott their kuli, boycott their suya, boycott their sugar cane. You don't block your say no one here. One day, I tell you one day, very, very soon, they could roast the human being like a suya, give you for me to go top of Hausa, go this and I limit. I don't talk about no one listening. Take time. Take time. Biafrans. Boycott. Anything that has to do with the Hausa Fulani herdsmen. Boko Haram. All their products. Na lie. I said na lie, yo. They want to take and kill you. They want to take your land, invade your house and sleep with your women. They're dangerous. So anything that has to do with them. Remember, Boko, when I say Boko, you say haram. When I say Boko, you say haram. When I say Boko, you say haram. Fulani, herdsmen. Fulani, herdsmen. Fulani, herdsmen. They are bet of the same feather, so all of them be the same thing. Now, brothers and sisters, though, they know they look back for a kilo, they chop human being like suya. That's how I did not tell you. Any Igbo man, any Biafra man, where you make investment for North, for Kanu, for Sokoto, for Medugri, Taraba, anywhere where you get investment, sell and come back home, die no day. They won't kill you. Boycott anything that has to do with Hausa. They are dangerous. No, sir, I do not tell you. They say they be get a man, no take them more. They say they do pedicure, they do manicure, they won't clean your leg, they won't clean your house. No grill, they won't kill you. They go chop you. Not only that one, including their food and their products and anything that has to do with them. Anything where one consign them, not them. Not only that one, if you not say they for Lagos, if they go to the Baba church, if they waste your time, carry your time, they pay, they throw your money up and down. Sell the whole property where you go there. Go back home. They don't want you. They don't want you. You know one listen. The people where they bring on this message in a Biafra referendum media group worldwide under the leadership of Mazen and the Kane Ohamadike Biafra 1 of Biafran land. Thank you, Kemesia.
Like a holy, Mr. Producer.
Ipob, one way only, all shame must go. All we need is freedom. All we need is freedom. All we need is freedom. It's not by force to be together. It's not by force to be together. All we need is freedom. All we need is freedom. It's not by force to be together. Naturally, Biafra go. Let my people go. Naturally, Biafra go. Naturally, my people go. Naturally, my people go. Let my people go. Wake up this morning, I look in the sky. All I see is rising sun. Wake up this morning, I look in the sky. All I see is rising sun. Obodo Chukwu Choloma, Obodo Chukwu Nanolua, the land of the rising sun. Yeah, let my people go. Yeah, let my people go. Ekele nande kalo, for making us to know what freedom is all about. Yeah, ekele nande kalo, for making us to know what freedom is all about. What freedom is all about. Ekele nande kalo, making us to know what freedom is all about. Blessing at all, make a leggy. Opakise muchisike. Onyama Biafra dinemo. We are not fighting for war, but freedom. All we need is freedom. And the All we need is freedom. All we need is freedom. All we need is freedom. It's not by force to be together. We are not fighting for war. We are fighting for freedom. Let my people go. Let my people go. Let my people go. I feel we one family. Let my people go. We live together as one. Let my people go. We can never be banished. Let my people go. No matter what the devil may do. Let my people go. We keep on going higher. Let my people go. We are one love. Let my people go. Umuchuko kikabiam. Let my people go. Nande kalo. Let my people go. Eji mohiro wase. Let my people go. Obasi birejike bagu. Let my people go. Eba poleno. Let my people go. Asengato lojo. Let my people go. Oye neche bise no kiso. Let my people go. Whether devil like it or not. Let my people go. Biafra must come. Let my people go. We must be free. Let my people go. Credible you see. Credible you see. Guess me. Anyway. Akwangura gagwana Biafra ya da guess him no wasi. Guess you na make it a one day. Guess you can we are going higher. Incredible you see wabia.
Allow me to worship Chukwukika Biama on behalf of the entire family listening right across the length and breadth of this very planet. Umu Chineke, all of you who are ordained, all of you who are destined to perform wonders, I welcome all of you. Now, I will present you to Chukwukika Biama in heaven. Therefore, our Father who resideth in heavens above, looking down upon the pain and the suffering of your children, as was foretold by those who has gone before us, that a day will come when the world will gang up, when all the children of darkness will congregate to prevail against your children. That time is now. We are in pain. We are in so much suffering that man cannot begin to comprehend it. We ask for your mercy. We ask for you to come and present and provide a way where there is none. We ask you, Chukwukika Biama, if we came amaranime ndumuginine the Ipob n'ebeni ne di chiche ruo ebeni ne owasoturu kiti magi ne beregi bi krobaso ha ụbọchị ileke ndụ ha ọkwa asụsụ eluigwe. We call upon you this evening. The vultures are congregating, the saboteurs are rising up. We are beginning to identify them, and we are dealing with them. We ask you to give us the strength. We ask you for courage. We ask you for every ounce of determination and resoluteness. Make us as hard as steel, as only you can do. Baptize us in your word, in your knowledge, in your truthfulness, and in your strength. Make it impossible for our enemies to come close to us. Destroy them before they come very close. We will be tempted, of course. Our defenses will be tried without a shadow of a doubt. Sometimes there may be breaches, but in the end we prevail, because that is your word and that is your promise. This evening we hold on resolutely to that very command of yours. Your own spoken word. The word that you gave to your children when you said to them that they should not worship any idol, they should not bow before any graven image. We have made mistakes in our lives. We have bowed before European idols. We have done everything but worship you in truth and honesty. But now, having realized the errors of our ways, we present ourselves before you, that you may do with us as you please. So it was prayed thousands of years ago. That same prayer will re-echo, because we are nothing without you. We are nothing without you. N'ihi ọ bụrụ ma icheghị obodo ọwụkwa na-efu ka ndị nche na-amụ anya. We can have the best defenses in the whole world. We can procure the finest anti-jamming equipment available. But it is you that will defend your inheritance. You will defend Biafra. You know that we are honest and truthful people. You know that we preach this gospel in the knowledge that your children must be free in the land of the living, that they may go back and worship you in Zion as they have done thousands of years ago. This is our prayer now and always, because we are your children. You can't abandon us to the forces of evil and darkness. That is not your will, and it can never be. That is why today, tomorrow and always, as you have called us to undertake this very monumental and epic task, as you have determined that your word must be preached in the land, that very land you gave to our ancestors thousands of years ago, so shall it be done in our lifetime. Allow us to be worthy to serve thee. Chukwu Abiyama, allow us to be considered worthy to serve you. You know we speak the truth. Our enemies are liars. They are cheats and they are killers. They are bloodthirsty bastards, all of them. All of them bar none. They have brought their lies to bear upon all their dealings. Their tongue is very spiteful against those of them who are righteous before your sight. Please don't allow shame to befall your children. Don't allow shame to befall your name, because we answer your name, we bear your name. That is why today we make this very prayer in the sure knowledge that Biafra will be restored as your own kingdom upon the face of the earth. That you will be worshipped every blessed day of our lives, as our children will do, and so will their children. Until time everlasting we have prayed in your name. Ise, Ise, Ise.
To hear that you are.
We are here to ensure that the death of 3.5 million people is not forgotten.
This is Radio Biafra Middle East. We are on breakfast, and Biafra is rising.
The reason why we exist is to ensure that their memory, that they can never ever be forgotten, that their memory will linger on forever, that as long as man walks this earth, this world will remember the 3.5 million people that they killed, men and women that did nothing, children that were innocent. Their only crime is to be blessed by God. That is the only crime they have committed. As those children were being slaughtered, as they were being stabbed to death by a cruel world spearheaded by a Awolowo, everybody looked on and did nothing. Instead of them to help us, they ensured that our absolute blockade from land, air and sea was absolute, that we may die, that the children of God may die. But lo and behold, Chukwu Abiyama determined that we cannot die, that we cannot perish.
This is Radio Biafra Middle East. We are on breakfast, and Biafra is rising. Alright, welcome again this morning. It is Radio Biafra Middle East, and of course Biafra is rising once again this morning. I want to welcome you if you are joining us right now. My name once again is Mazi Kechukwono. Of course, I hail from Omowa in Olu. Olu is in Imo province of Biafra land, and of course I'm here to serve the indigenous people of Biafra in my own humble capacity. And of course this morning we are going to come together like we always do, because 30th of May is so much upon us, and we will keep on talking about it because the countdown has just begun. So I needed to begin to welcome others, even as I have welcomed you this morning, because we need to gather around on this platform. In case you don't know, Radio Biafra still remains the place and the only place where we worship. Of course, Radio Biafra is the first and the last, and for your information, we speak for those who cannot speak for themselves. So this morning, that is what we are going to do. Of course, we have prayed. We have called down the power of Chukwokike Abiama. Of course, the prophet of God, the prophet of Chukwokike Abiama have led us into a wonderful and a thundering prayer for that matter. So what is left now is for Biafrans to gather. Because we cannot do this alone. Together we are going to do this. And of course this morning our program is going to take a little bit of shape. I will tell you why. But before we do that, let us welcome the good people of Biafra from motherland. And permit me to say, hello motherland. Tell me how you're doing, because Biafra is rising this morning and there is nothing anybody can do about it.
Hello motherland, tell me how you doing. 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 Hello motherland, tell me how you doing.
Right, welcome back once again, and of course it is hello motherland, how you are doing. We want to know how our motherland Biafra is doing, because this morning on this platform Radio Biafra Middle East, we are gathering once again, of course, to do the needful, and that is to restore Biafra this morning. All right, we have prayed and we have called upon Biafrans all around to gather, and I believe that every Biafran is listening as I'm talking to you right now. It doesn't matter where you are. Of course, you should be listening to us either on Facebook, or you should be listening to us on your app, using your mobile devices, of course, to listen to this gospel of restoration of Biafra this morning. So if you are glued to your device, let us roll full force, because 30th of May is upon us, and because of that reason we are not backing down, we are not stopping. I need to get Pastor Chris on the line with me this morning, because we have one or two things that we need to go through, because what we are all about today and also going forward until we get to 30th of May is remembering our heroes. Nothing more, nothing else. What could be more important than remembering those who fought that you may live? Somebody made a comment on Facebook and said to me, why are you people posting this thing? Why are you talking about 30th of May? Calmly and quietly, I don't want to get aggressive with this person, and I say to the person, are you a Biafran? If you're a Biafran, of course you might have lost somebody before or during or after the war, or even now. So what is wrong if we are remembering even your own person that was lost during those period? The person went on voicemail. The person did not say a word. Sometimes you don't need to shout. Sometimes you need the voice of reasoning to win an argument, because some people are so naive that they don't even know what they are talking about. They just want to show off themselves. They want to show that they can talk. Some people want to show that they're somehow a little bit educated. You know, that is what you call an educated illiterate. They are pretending that they know what they are talking about, or they are educated, but at the same time they are shooting themselves on the foot. You said you don't want 30th of May, and yet you are a Biafran. Are you not a stupid man? Are you not a stupid person to talk like that? Because the 30th of May we are talking about is not about Mazi Kechukwu. It is not about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, neither is it about Mazi Chemefo or any of the IPOB for that matter. It is not just about IPOB. When I say IPOB, I'm talking about the freedom fighting outfit, because we all know that IPOB simply means the indigenous people of Biafra. But the question is, if you are a Biafran and you have the blood of Biafran running through your vein, unless otherwise, why should you oppose 30th of May? That person, I don't know, maybe you have smoked something, or maybe you are high on some kind of drugs, because it's like somebody coming to you and say, oh, let us remember your father who died some years ago. Would you fight it? Will you object it? Or if I say to you, let us remember your brother who died during the Civil War, or let us remember your brother who was slaughtered by Fulani herdsmen and so forth, will you fight against it? Then tell me why you are fighting against 30th of May. Are you not a stupid person? You are among all men the most miserable. You don't know what you are doing. Your mind is so messed up that you can't even think, because you want to fight against Nnamdi Kanu. You want to fight against IPOB. Then you don't even think again that the same thing that IPOB under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for also affects you. Alright, we must continue this morning, and of course I have Pastor Chris with me on the line. But before I go to Pastor Chris, or let me go to Pastor Chris first and of course welcome him. And after I have welcomed him, then I will shoot first, because we need to remember our heroes. That is what we are going to do, and we are starting that right now here on Radio Biafra Middle East, because the countdown has just begun. As you know, since Monday we have started this countdown, and we are not going to quit. Neither are we going to stop. We must continue until our heroes are remembered, because they deserve that. Of course, the whole world remembers their heroes. The only country, the only concussion in the whole world that doesn't know what it means to remember somebody is the zoo. Because what they are good at is to kill. They don't know what life is all about. They don't know the beauty of life. So how do you expect somebody who only kills to remember somebody? I wrote something on Facebook and I said, the zoo kills millions and remember none. Biafrans killed none and remembers all. Now that is a powerful word if you look into it, because they are killers. That is why they have the guts to pay billions of naira to the killers, to terrorists, people who are ranked the fourth deadliest terrorist in the whole world. You award them with billions and say thank you for the thousands you have killed. Have this money. And I wrote something, I tweeted on Twitter, and I said, if you want to get paid in the zoo, become a terrorist. Once you become a terrorist in the zoo, trust me, you will get paid. That is the new way of getting paid these days. So if you are looking for a fast way to make money, become a terrorist in the zoo. Trust me, you will be paid your billions. So don't sit there and ask the zoo to give you billions, because they will not give you a cent. They will not give you a dime until you become a terrorist. And not just becoming a terrorist, you must make sure you have killed so many thousands before the zoo will compensate you with billions. That is the kind of hellfire that we found ourselves in, where people's blood are being compensated on their killers. Unbelievable. But we are Biafrans, we are different. That's right. We believe in the beauty of life. Mankendo, the beauty of life. The blood is so precious that we don't spill it. And when the blood is spilled, we remember the blood, because it is a precious blood which Chukwukikabiama has given, and therefore we must remember our dead. And that is what we're all about, and that is what we are doing, and we have started the countdown, and this morning is no exception. So let me go to Pastor Chris and welcome him, and after that we will fire on. Pastor Chris, good morning. If you can hear me, Biafra is rising.
Good morning, dear friends, and good morning, my colleague Ikechukwu. Good morning, listeners. We are here today to fire on, and I believe that today you will enjoy today's program. So stick close to your radio devices.
All right, thank you, Pastor Chris. Pastor Chris, how is the beautiful land of Cambodia doing this morning?
I thank Chukwukikabiama. The land is wonderful, peaceful, encouraging. In fact, it's just a virgin land, a place of comfort.
All right, tell me, Pastor Chris, is Cambodia better than the zoo? I'm just asking.
For the fact that we are sojourning in this land, I don't want to be negative. I don't want to be negative, because a spoken word is just has a power. But to compare with it, it for now is better than the zoo, but Biafra is better than here.
All right, you see why I'm asking you that, Pastor Chris? Anywhere you are, and it's better than the zoo, then you have to stay there tight. That's all I'm saying. Do you understand?
Okay.
Anything better than the zoo goes, because the zoo is the last place now people really want to call home. Trust you me. All right, we must continue, and that is Pastor Chris, of course, our able resident pastor, as well as our resident analyst for that matter, and he is joining me this morning so that we can begin the countdown for 30th of May, Remembrance Day. 30th of May, remain sacrosanct, and of course we say hashtag sit at home, hashtag never ever forget Biafra. All right, Pastor Chris, I will kick it off, and I will tell you what. 30th of May, why we should remember one of Biafra boxing legend and Biafra finest, the Tiger. Have you heard about that name, Pastor Chris?
The name rings bell. Who knows the name?
All right, thank you very much. All right, let me continue. So this is my own take this morning, Pastor Chris, and I ask your indulgence while I go through this and explain why we should remember the Tiger. Because the Tiger fought two wars. One was inside the boxing ring, and the other one was in the battlefield, fighting alongside Biafran soldiers. My goodness me. Now, here it is. Richard Ihetu, that is his real name. I don't know where the Tiger came from, but of course that is his professional name in his boxing career. But his real name, Richard Ihetu, alias the Tiger, at 39 years of age. I want you to pay close attention and hear why we must remember this legend come 30th of May, alongside so many legends of Biafra, alongside so many soldiers, alongside so many heroes and heroines who have done the noble to ensure that we are living today. Here we go. Richard Ihetu, alias the Tiger, at 39 years of age. He will be 40 on August 14. Tiger is the oldest champion in boxing. He is also probably the oldest second lieutenant in the army of Biafra. There's a secessionist they called us African states fighting for its independence from Nigeria. In the other corner is Bob Foster, 29, an explosive puncher who used to work fittingly in a bomb factory. Foster is 6.3 and half. Tiger is 5 and 8. Tiger likes to walk inside, brutalizing the body so the head will collapse. All right, let me continue. While Foster prefers to flatten an opponent with a single blow, both men are aggressive to the extreme, and their fight for the light heavyweight title champion of the world in May 24th of that day in Madison Square Garden promised to be a good one. All right, so now why I'm reading this thing is that you can understand who we are talking about. This is a man who had a good life. Do you know that time Before the war, this man had a good life. He is fighting in Madison Square Garden. This is a place when you fight there today, the tickets will be sold out. The whole world will queue to go and watch you. That is where people like Mike Tyson box. This is the place where people like Mayweather, all those heavyweight champion of the world you are hearing, Madison Square Garden. What a wonderful place. But the Biafran have fought there in those years. That was even before the war. Are we not great people? Now I want to show you a picture of who we are talking about. That this man have no reason to come and fight for Biafra. He had no reason to join the army and leave his career because he had everything going on for him at that time. We must continue. Both men are aggressive to the extreme, and their fight for the light heavyweight title of the world in Madison Square Garden promised to be a war. For Dick Tiger, there is another war. Listen very carefully. For Dick Tiger, there is another war. The turmoil and terror between Biafra and Nigeria. Early last March, Tiger left Biafra to start training in Manhattan for the Foster fight. He works out weekdays in the New Garden Gym, a walk-up sweat box on 8th Avenue, and he passes his off hours watching TV in his West Side hotel room, window shopping, writing letters, and promoting the cause of Biafra. My goodness me, what a hardcore. In his dressing cubicle at the gym, a patriotic poster proclaims the days to remember. Even the Tiger started his own Heroes Day remembrance before the war. He started remembering those who were massacred in 1966. Do you understand that? That it is not today that hardcores of Biafrans have been remembering their heroes past. Now we must continue because it is in our DNA. We respect life. We have value for human life. We are not like Hausa, Fulani, oligarchy, those who feed like vampires on people's blood. Biafrans are very, very mindful that humans have the right to exist. All right, we must continue. Now, okay, as I was saying, a patriotic poster proclaims the days to remember, such as the massacre of Biafrans in northern Nigeria on May the 28th, 1966. The Tiger started doing his own Heroes Day remembrance in 1966 when our people were massacred in northern Nigeria. Tiger is also committed to the cause of Biafra independence, that it dismays his co-manager. Now listen to this. Listen to what this guy did. He was not ashamed to tell the world that he's a Biafran. He even put his career on the line when he engaged his manager, his manager in an argument. Listen to this. The argument the Tiger had with his manager. Listen to this. Tiger is committed to the cause of Biafra independence, that it dismay his co-manager Jesse Jones. Not long ago, after Tiger had finished giving in an interview, Jones stuck his head in the cubicle. Are you still talking about Nigeria Biafra mess? Jones asked the Tiger. Why don't you talk about the fight? Softly, the Tiger said to him, without Biafra, the championship title is no good to me. Without Biafra, my title is nothing. Oh my God. Unbelievable. Simon Dick Jones said in a gentle tone, forget about Biafra. Bring your wife and kids over here and settle down. The United States is a very good country, a very nice country. The Tiger replied, but Biafra is my home. I was born in Biafra. I will die in Biafra. And Jones turned away silently. It looks... Pastor Chris.
Yeah.
Are you there?
I'm listening.
This looks like the temptation of Jesus Christ on the mountain. Do you see what the Tiger went through in the hands of this man? He was promised everything, but he told them that Biafra is my home. I was born in Biafra and I will die in Biafra. Why will we not remember such a man? Over to you, Pastor Chris. Any comment on this one before you tell me what you have for me this morning?
That is what you just read right now is to tell you how fanatical the Tiger was, how he loved his country, Biafra, how he fought for Biafra before his death. if you kind of reason with what he responded to the man that interviewed him, he said, without Biafra, all his titles and everything they gave to him makes no sense than his nation, Biafra. That is to tell you how tenacious, how the serious the man is. I mean, this very man needs worth remembering. They are all heroes. They are our heroes. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And of course, you can understand what I'm talking about. If it was some of us today got all those promises, wouldn't we rush quickly and say, to hell with them, I am off to the United States of America with my family, let's go and live largely and happily ever after? But this man, Dick Tiger, even though he is the world champion, even though he was promised heaven and earth, he said to them, but Biafra is my home. I was born in Biafra and I will die in Biafra. And where have I seen that today? Our leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, after all he was promised in Kuje prison, that was the same thing again. Our leader said that he will die or restore Biafra. There are hardcores out there. The question is, are you one of them? That is why we must remember Dick Tiger. That is why we must remember all the heroes past and all the hardcores. All right, Pastor Chris, what do you have for me this morning? Please go ahead.
Yes, this very morning I want to emphasize a bit about Okoko Ndem. You know, we are on our radio today, and we will not forget to remember that there is this name that rings bell during Biafra War, and his name is Okoko Ndem, a man they couldn't arrest even at a gunpoint. And this very man that I'm about to talk about was a kind of workers information minister. He stands and encourage our people on radio, whereby our radio at that time was mobile radio, moving around, taking it from one sector to another, making sure
and it's still the same, Pastor Chris. It's still the same today.
Yes.
while I was in Free State, while I was in South Africa, I move around with our radio in the boot of my car. Please go ahead.
That is to tell you that technology starts in Biafra.
Absolutely.
People of dignities, people of science, people of technologies, people of wisdom, mysteries are from Biafra. You know, during the very time of Biafran radio, they started with nothing, and the radio was in the boot of a Land Rover, then moving around, making a very big impact. And the Nigerian government could not got the radio till the end of the war. Just the same thing.
And the same thing our leader was doing. The same thing our leader was doing. Moving around with the radio.
Yes. And our leader came to Nigeria with that same platform, mobile radio. You know what baffles me? Buhari remember what Okoko Ndem used that radio to do them, and he said that Nnamdi Kanu come for Nigeria with sophisticated radio, sophisticated equipment.
No, let me help you, Pastor Chris, let me help you.
Yes.
You see that's what they call Nnamdi Kanu. Are you aware the kind of weapon he came to the country with? A very sophisticated weapon. And of course, Radio Biafra is a sophisticated weapon. Please go ahead.
Sorry, viewers, please. Sometimes you don't need to be more emotional or more aggressive. You have to add some frictions, you know, to relax your nerves. And this very radio, as you can see, that is exactly what our leader emulated. And again, if he's telling you that we are going to go back to where we were before, he is an example of it by this radio alone. Now tell me, what is it in the radio that the Nigerian, right from onset till today, they could not be able to close? up to today. They have been investing billions upon billions, but the more they invest, the higher, the stronger, the heavier it comes to them. And well, I don't blame the Jubril for saying that one of Paul and the kind of is going to be sophisticated people. You know,
I love that. you know, Pastor Chris, let me come in there. You see, you won't blame the dead Buhari when he was saying that, because people thought he was talking about some weapons of warfare or whatever. But he understood. The late Buhari understood the power of Radio Biafra, even during the Civil War. That's why he said, "Are you aware the kind of weapon that man came to the country with?" That's to show you how powerful our radio is. Very powerful, because they paid billions, but they could not get Radio Biafra. They could not shut it down. Is it not a powerful weapon?
Even up to today, my comrade, even up to today, they are still paying billions. You know, so like I will just read some little biography about this very man. I don't want to waste our time. He says Okokondem was the most popular voice within and outside Biafra. He was not the head of the radio. Listen very well. Listen, this is just a rema.
Yes, go ahead.
He says Okokondem was not the head of Radio Biafra, but Radio Biafra was on his head. Now,
sorry, Pastor Chris. Pastor Chris, please. Sorry. Let me come in. You know, all I hear is Okokondem when I hear Radio Biafra. Who is the head then? Any idea?
No. He said the radio was on his head.
Oh. Please forgive me. Go ahead, please.
He said that he was not the head of Radio Biafra, but listen, that is see the rema, the logo there. He said the Radio Biafra was on his head. There was the popular jingle. What was the jingle?
My goodness me.
Then this man called Sasa Woke's translation is, the price of liberty is internal vigilance. Did you get that?
I got you.
Now,
Chris.
Now he goes on, he says, this is the message from Okokondem. Even to IPOB today, even the broadcasters in today, that on about also. He says, the broadcaster dubbed Lord How by the General Yakubu Gowon administration used his voice to defeat federal troops on air. Sir, are you listening?
Propaganda. I love that.
Look at how he used the voice of Yakubu Gowon to destroy the troops of the Federal Republic of the Zoo, even on air, even when the battle was lost. He says he never give up. He said he also drew global attention to Biafra. That is another point. Okokondem was not Igbo. The journalist hailed from Ikoneto in Odopane local government areas of Cross River State.
My goodness me.
He wasn't an Igbo man, no.
My goodness me.
Wasn't an Igbo man. And he died in August 23, that is 2003, and was buried in Igbo Day. Buried on Igbo Day, September 29, 2003. One prominent guest at the funeral was General. Remember that word? He said General Chukwuemeka Odumegwu, head of state of Biafra. Do you see any great impartation here? Okondem died as a Biafra, buried on the day of remembrance, and commemorated by the head of state in the person of General Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu in a Biafran attire. Burial ground was Calabar. Also in attendance were prominent politicians from the southeast, including Chikwas Okoye and Onwoka Kalu. Now, the lesson from this is that Biafra was never an Igbo movement.
Absolutely.
The lesson from all that I've read right now was that Biafra was never an Igbo movement. The last president of Biafra was General Philip Effiong Akanlakan of Ibibio. Though born in Aba, was an Akwa Ibom son. Chief Frank Upigo, the man who named Biafra, is from Bayelsa State and is today Dawai, the third Amaniawai of Angama. He was administrator of Yenegua province. The most popular voice of the radio Biafra was a cross river. Did you hear that?
I heard you, Pastor Chris. Pastor Chris, just hold on there. You know, you opened my eyes. You opened my eyes this morning. You know, it's a revelation. Like if we're in the church, that's what we call it. It's a revelation. You just give me a very huge revelation. Now listen to this. You know, our leader keep on saying, "I will destroy the zoo with the truth." That's number one. Now listen. Listen. Now, when our leader said, "I will destroy the zoo with the truth," what is he talking about? The microphone, which is the radio, right? Which is the radio.
Yeah.
Now, I realize now from what you are saying, the only thing that this House of Fulanis are afraid of is Radio Biafra.
Radio.
Are you aware? That is, you know, House of Fulani, they don't play with the radio. That's why whenever you see them with the radio, they are always with their radio. They listen to radio. They are very, very good with details. They know everything. Now, I'm coming along. I will say you destroy the zoo with the truth, and that is his microphone, and that microphone is the radio. Now, when the late Buhari said that thing, people did not understand. People never, you just opened my eyes. He was saying that because of his experience during the war, what Radio Biafra did to the Hausa Fulani troops.
They can't forget it.
They cannot. That's why they rush quickly and go and seize our transmitter.
hoping that our blood is in that transmitter.
I'm telling you
that
they are willing to let you go, Pastor Chris. They are willing to let you go free and take the transmitter. That is the weapon of mass destruction. That's why Buhari said, the late Buhari said, I'm going to say this again, Pastor Chris, if you permit me.
Yes.
That was the Kwalo Nan the Kwalo. Are you aware the kind of weapon he came into the country with?
And you ask me to forget.
And you want me to forget. You want to be Biafra. You want to be Biafra.
I believe that the Nigerian military are taking care of him.
He scared them. Our leader scared them when he came into the country. He scared them with that transmitter. He actually put them into a heart attack because they understand the power
that he will install the radio in Abuja. If you wake up in the morning, Allah Akbar, the first thing you will hear is Radio Biafra, and he will hear and die, and they died.
Thank you, Pastor Chris. You really opened my eyes and the eyes of millions of Biafrans out there to understand. You know, we don't take our radio serious most of the time. Most of us, we don't take our radio serious most of the time. But our enemies does. Our enemies does. They know the power of Radio Biafra. They know because we don't have any weapon. The only thing we are using to fight these people is our radio. And that is why they are willing to spend billions of dollars to shut it down. But like you said, Onyiro Baraburuburu Eche, and the Radio Biafra is in the head of Okokondem.
But the radio was on his head, just like our leader. Our leader said that it's on the head. But he leads his people.
That is Rema. That is really indeed a powerful statement.
It's a Rema.
It's a powerful statement. You need to analyze it. Can you analyze it, please, for people to understand what that word means? Very, very important. Go ahead.
What that very word simply means was that he is not the initiator, but rather he's carrying out an assignment given to him that some other people could have done, but they left it and he saw it as a lucrative opportunity to deliver his people. He take it upon himself.
Unbelievable, beautiful. All right, Pastor Chris, go ahead, please. Tell me, is there more you need to talk about? Because indeed, this morning, this is why we said that Radio Biafra is a university of learning, and people don't understand what we're talking about. This is the powerful, the most unbelievable, the greatest university you can think of anywhere on the planet Earth, because what we learn here is priceless. Trust me when I tell you, weapons of mass destruction. That's what Radio Biafra is. Please go ahead, Pastor Chris.
Yes, buttressing the analysis down, I want to touch the area of war, how it starts, and those of them that were involved and who shot the first missile before the war started. Now, in the same scenario, in the same content issue, the war started at about 5:30 a.m. in the month of July 6th, 1967, in a town called Gakem, Cross River State. No thanks to Lieutenant Gado Nasco, who fired the first artillery shot. The last officer to leave Nigerian detention was Colonel Bennett Ochie, and he was from Delta State.
Delta State.
He was from Delta State. One of the first hijackers was Captain Ibikare Allwell Brown. Had River State's blood in his vein. All these things I'm mentioning are not Igbo, so they are all from riverine area. Now, he said, the trio seized a Nigerian Airways flight bound for Lagos from Benin. Allwell Brown flew the aircraft to Enugu.
Unbelievable.
Sir, did you get the techniques?
Unbelievable.
They hijacked the plane that was supposed to board from Benin to Lagos. They return it to Enugu and start making use of it.
Unbelievable. Pastor Chris, this is what we did. This is what we did then. Can you imagine what we will do now? I don't think the zoo is aware the quality, the caliber of the Biafrans of today and what they are capable of. If our fathers hijacked a plane during those days, I'm talking about when the world was a bit obscured, and use it, can you imagine what the Biafrans of this day will do? I think the zoo are just messing with the wrong generations of Biafra, but they don't know it yet. Please go ahead.
Yeah, that is why I'm talking to Onezendato, that this tale of the tiger, sleeping tiger, that they are touching, marching on, hoping that nothing will happen. They will soon see what they are looking for. So let me just go ahead. Now, he said, listen, some top officers in Biafra were not from Igbo land. Listen carefully. Starting point should be Ibibio. The starting point of Biafra and Biafran war, name of Biafra should be from Ibibio, hometown of General Effiong. It is also the place of Chief Ntenyong Apang, secretary to the Biafran government. So I had not heard this before. Wow.
Unbelievable.
The secretary of state was Ntenyong Apang to Biafran government.
Do you understand? Do you understand this? And today somebody will come and tell me we are not Biafrans. Can you understand me? Somebody will come and tell you I'm not a Biafra. We are not Biafra. What garbage?
Oh.
Please go ahead, Pastor Chris.
He said the environment will shock all. There were civilians like Chief Ekukanam Basi, J.E. Udo, Efia, Dr. J.E. Udo Efia, Dr. Thompson Akpabio, and S.J. Edo. They were crack officers and soldiers from Akwa Ibom. Name them. Number one is Lieutenant Colonel Nsudo was described as a tough, courageous, and iron-willed soldier by General Alexander Madibo, Biafran Army Chief. Colonel Apan Otok was all grado and was said to have
Pastor Chris, I'm sorry to stop you. I'm sorry to stop you here. I'll let you continue. Do you know, ever since you started calling all this name, I have never heard much of an Igbo name there. All I'm hearing
not even one
Igbo name have I heard.
Only Ojukwu.
People who fought this war is basically our brothers from Akwa Ibom and all riverine areas. So why are people telling me today I am not Biafran? If your fathers fought for Biafra and you're telling me you're not Biafran, you need to go and have your head re-examined. Please go ahead, Pastor Chris.
Then the Biafran Army Chief was Colonel Apan Utu, and he was also grado and was said to have committed suicide when news of the surrender got to him.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Biafra or death.
Yeah.
That is it. That is the typical example of Biafra or death. Please, can you read it again for me? Read it again for me. I need to hear that.
No, just wait. It says that the Biafran Chief of Army, Colonel Apan Utu, was all grado and was said to have committed suicide. What led to his suicide was when the news of a surrender got to him, he went and killed himself. He said over his dead body, will he
what a brave
be alive?
What a brave soldier.
Biafra lose the battle.
What a brave soldier. Biafra or death.
Then he says there was one teenage commando, Edet, who fought in Ozakole under Colonel Emeka Ananaba. Let us listen. He said from Cross River, there was civils like Dr. Sam Imoke, Governor Leo's dad from Itigidi, Abbey, Chief Matthew Mbo, Professor Eyobasi, Ndem, Justice Ndoma Eba, Senators Victor Father and Frank Obok. In the military, they had Lieutenant Colonel Achibong, who, according to Madebo, was one of the bravest officers I have ever met. The young man on wheel of the dreaded Corporal Wafo Amonka Daniel Rollins, better known as Pampas of Argentina, was an Econ boy.
Unbelievable.
Born to British woman from Liverpool and Clement Ibri of the Biafran Air Force. There was one Amor Arepo from Mpane Uge, who was ready to die for Biafra while his kinsman Okoye Arepo defeated to Nigeria to be appointed commissioner for external affairs. Mentions must be made of Lieutenant Peseki Eta Ikpume and Sylvester Eta, one of of the crew of the unhard Amoka Uguta boy.
All right, Pastor Chris, I need you to hold it right there because we will take a quick break. And when we return, Pastor Chris, of course, we will continue from there. This is indeed Radio Biafra and its finest. And I can tell you that, trust me when I tell you, this is unbelievably amazing. So let's take a quick break. And of course, when we return, and of course, we will continue.
Announcement. There will be 3 days fasting and prayer for IPOB, Biafrans and lovers of Biafrans worldwide from 13th to 15th of May 2019. The theme, let the cry of Biafrans, both living and dead, come unto thee, O God our Father. Psalm 102 verse 1 and Genesis chapter 4 verse 10b. Prayer points. Day 1. Prayer for repentance. Psalm 51 verses 1 to 12. Point 2. That Chukwu Okike Abiama will show us mercy and deliver us from afflictions. Psalm 102 verses 1 to 13 and Lamentation chapter 3 verses 25 to 32. Day 2. Point 1. That the memory of the dead Biafrans will come unto God for vengeance. Isaiah chapter 26 verses 13 to 21 and Nahum chapter 1 verse 2 to 9. 2. How long shall we dwell in a strange land, O God? Restore us to our land so that we shall be free to worship you. Psalm 10 verses 1 to 18, Psalm 13 verses 1 to 6, and Psalm 137 verses 1 to 9. Day 3. Point 1. Only you, God, can deliver and restore us, Biafrans, from the hand of Nigeria. Do not give your heritage to reproach. Psalm 25 verses 1 to 22 and Psalm 31 verses 1 to 17. Point 2. Pray for our leader, Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, all IPOB family members all over the world, and for successful conduct of 30th of May, our Heroes Day worldwide. Psalm 105 verses 1 to 22. Everybody is expected to fast from 6 a.m. to 12 noon daily. But children, pregnant women and old people can fast for just 1 hour daily. We shall not give up. We are here to restore Biafra, and Chukwu Okike Abiama will do it for us in our time. Shalom.
Biafran Heroes and Heroines Remembrance Day 2019. Oh yes, my good people of Biafra, our freedom don't day at hand, oh, my obungalicious Biafrans. Once again, the Biafran Heroes and Heroines Remembrance Day don't come again for Thursday 30th May 2019, where we did so. Now when it go happen, great Biafrans, this Heroes and Heroines Remembrance Day don't become tradition in the history and life of Biafrans worldwide. As other nations, they remember their fallen heroes. Now so we, the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, go remember, honor, respect, and salute our fallen mama, papa, brother, sister, uncle, aunt, cousin, children, even tat and bomboy. When Nigerian government with her British papa and mama and her allied forces massacre for Asaba, Owerri, Ugwuawusa, Mpo, Igbocha, Ode, Aba, Ala Yoruba, Afaruku, Ibeku, and other places who are not mentioned. These great heroes and heroines will bleed, hunger, thirst, suffer, and died, lay the foundation for our existence today. Thursday, 30th May 2019, as usual, all captains of industry, Nigerian Union of Road Transport Workers, market leaders and their markets, schools, colleges, universities, polytechnics, oil bank companies, banks, transport operators, stubborn keke riders will not get welfare, advice on ourselves, filling stations, civil servants, private offices, churches, and ministries, together with other for the whole of Biafra land, must obey and observe this hallowed, sacred, and sober day, as we, the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, under the supreme leadership of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the entire Directorate of States, in conjunction with the Obungalicious good people of Biafra, don't agree and declare, say, Thursday, 30th of May 2019, na sit at home, aka Operation Total Lockdown of Biafra land, nke bụ iwebe niile chen na ala Biafra. This Biafran Heroes and Heroines Remembrance Day will be sit at home, go carry this white fire enters Aba Abo Igala, Urobigedi Shekiri Banke, Igbo Binuzo, or Bobarugebe Ijo, and the whole of 25 provinces were there for Biafran land, even as our Biafrans in Ofe Manoland, Yoruba, and Nugwahosa go also join in this sit at home.
It's rising.
Hello.
Hold on for me. Let me go to this person and I will come to you right now. Call on the line. Can you hear me? This is Radio Biafra.
Biafra is right much for Kadiama. I remember. Yes, so I remember. Yes, I remember humble servant Mazichima Joseph Umechuku, calling from Sukasari, the Carmona. So I was so happy in today's broadcast. But before I start, I would like to use this opportunity to thank you, Kadiama, who have loved Biafra up to this extent. But giving us a man to emulate, by giving us a man that I've never even seen for him since I was born. There's no other person other than our leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, because I have so many generations and the answer is no, that they have never even seen somebody like him. And then Mexico Kadiama take glory and adoration from now and forevermore. Same thing goes to our deputy leader Mazi Choka from Ipob, and he was on it. So Mexico Kadiama bless him and bless his Mexico Kadiama. The same thing goes to all the directors of state, and those who are working assiduously to make sure we restore our homeland. Which will come and bless every one of them, down to the people, the radio presenters, from the Biafra Rising to the Middle East, my education my radio Biafra USA 2, my the actor, my Loze, and the my
Go straight now to the point.
Yes.
I have somebody holding, my analyst is holding. I have evangelists who need to come up. Go straight now to the point and summarize for me. Thank you.
Yeah, and the reason why that the issue with Amazon, which is started me, the reason why that some people are now gospel and any type of jargon, but the reason why the most thing that because it's hate speech. Because even I call it hate speech. Why shouldn't it be me? Why shouldn't it be me? That is the problem. Because I remember 2017. When we have our first sit at home, most of the so-called saying that we actually have said that we are the first sit at home, that the one called at home for the first time. And start asking themselves, as people call it at home, how many people answer to that call? But our leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, because we were saying that Chukwu Kadama, whenever I hear his voice, Chukwu Kadama will use his hand and arrest every one of us, and say that everything is going smoothly. No matter anything I've seen, if they like, let them sit at home. If they don't like, let them sit at home. But I pity any person that is not going to answer this call. Because that day is not a day that you can do anything. Rather, it's the day of lamentation. If you say that you don't do so, I pity you and your generation. We have only about 20 days from today. That is 2 weeks and 6 days. The reason why that you give notice so that you will not say that it's not here is because the Spirit of God say that on the last day, I will not say the reason why that I have not do the will of God because I have not hear it. Because on that day, if you didn't do it, the whole duty will be upon your head. I would like to use 1 minute to speak to my parents.
All right, go ahead.
And by the end of the I'll make a issue unique. When I can go to one and two, no more than some of this for me to go. I serve in the hospital of Biafra, the capacity of local government coordinator. When I wasn't I even know who says it. I even know Soka. I will say, you know, all the part I will. I am for any of them out in America. One and trying. And don't want to talk about that. I will get it there. Makarantina, I'm going to be a shadow or she is here. All the one to get it. Come on, I'm going to but I indicate to her, But some of them say me gaga, you me go for the never go to the baby. After I'm going to say, almost say just almost say yes. And I want to catch one child and I'm going to see teaching. I'm telling you, I couldn't let you appear. I could find me in the non super and don't look at them both. You could find a restaurant like it in Boshi. I can't go into the hacker. I can't radio like some of part of them. I will know sugar. I know Mambo not to like Mecca and wine. Come on, all
right.
I'm telling you, so I like to summarize from here. I'm very humble about Mother Chima Joseph for you to be. Come on, I think that number. Before you in your lamb, instead of in your lamb.
Thank you very much. Alright, thank you very much. Hello, we must continue. Pastor Chris, I'm still coming back to you. Let me go to Evangelist Ozako. Evangelist Ozako, can you hear me on Skype?
Yes, I can hear you.
Alright, good morning from here. You are welcome to the program.
Good morning.
Good morning from here.
Good morning,
good morning from here.
That are fallen heroes must be remembered. We shall remember them on 30th of May. We never forget them, our fallen heroes. We must remember them on 30th of May. We never forget them, our fallen heroes. I want to welcome you back, my good son.
Thank you very much.
And I pray that whatever that will take you out for that long will not come again in the name of Yahweh.
You say.
Whether it is or problem in the studio or any technical fault or whatever that will take you out of the studio for that long will never come again, because it is written that affliction shall not come a second time, shall not rise a second time.
They will.
So I thank our supreme leader, Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, whom Chukwu Okike Abiama has chosen for the restoration of Biafra. And he is working according to the precepts and instructions and commandments of Chukwu Okike Abiama. And from the song I sang, which I learned from this your studio some years ago, I think in 2017.
Wow.
That God raised Nnamdi Kanu so that our heroes and heroines shall be remembered. And I want to tell Biafrans that Nnamdi Kanu was not just doing anything he likes. He is taking instruction from Chukwu Okike Abiama. And I want to tell us to listen very carefully. The instruction of Chukwu Okike Abiama concerning this day, 30th of May, that we shall remember as of the time that we started it. In Isaiah chapter 26, verses 20 and 21, I read, "Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers and shut."
Alright, are you still there? It looks like I'm losing you. Evangelist, can you hear me? Unbelievable. Evangelist Ozako, are you still there? Alright, that is one of the problems with Skype, depending on where you are calling from. Evangelist Ozako, can you hear me? No. It appears I have lost her, and of course I will try to see if I can re-engage her. But on that beat, I think I need to go back to Pastor Chris. Pastor Chris, are you still there? Can you hear me?
Yes, I am here as always. That is what we are called for. So we don't need to run away or be deterred. So we must continue.
They will please
Like
go
as I was-
ahead while I wait for Evangelist Ozako to reconnect. Continue.
Okay.
We must continue.
Yeah, like as I was saying, there was this thing that happened, and a lot of most of our military men during Biafra war were moved. They moved them around for some strategical security purposes. And I want to read that very place. He said, "Then the train moved from Port Harcourt to see the families of Emmanuel Agoma, other sons of the soil, among them Ignatius Kogbara, S.N. Dikibo, and Sylvanus Koki. The warriors include Colonel Joshua John J.J. Brown, Joshua J.J. Brown, and Captain Willie Murray Bruce, Senator Ben Bruce brother." Did you hear that?
Okay, please, please, Pastor Chris, slow down. Take that again. We need to hear that.
He said, the train moves from Port Harcourt, Iguacha, to the families of Emmanuel Agoma, other sons of the soil, among them Ignatius Kobara, S.N. Dikibo, and Sylvanus Kokri. The warriors included Colonel Joshua John J.J. Brown, Captain Willie Murray Bruce, Senator's brothers, Senator Ben's
Unbelievable, unbelievable. Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
I will shock you again. Because I took time to bring out this. And Victor Massey, from the Garden City, the next stop is in Asaba, where Colonel Joel Atuzie is still bouncing. We all remember the Asaba massacre of 1967 and what followed in Ishiago and the Ibodo. Delta is the land of Brigadier Conrad Mawo Okonjo, Auntie Ngozi's papa, Auntie Ngozi
Okonjiwala.
Ngozi Okonjiwala, Papi. Papa, the father, direct father of Okonjo Iweala, and Mike Okwechime.
Unbelievable.
And Navy Chief Wilfred Anuku, who was also an army commander, just like Ben Waji Bini man.
So Pastor Chris, why are all these people turning a blind eye? Please go ahead. This is interesting.
And Sam Loco, the popular movie star,
the actor
that dies from
the one that passed away.
He was one of the guerrillas, dangerous war lords. That is, how did I quantify it? The people that fought for Biafrans.
Unbelievable.
Then, Yenegura should not be skipped, at least for the sake of Chief Frank Opigo and Major Okilo, who led the 63 Brigade. He was as skilled as Captain Ebube, who chose Nigeria, while his brother-in-law George Ozea NOAE 23, the number is 232, flew Nigerian Army boss Colonel Joe Akana to death. So was Captain Chris Obunu, brother to Colonel Gabriel Okonweze's wife, that is Carol. Onward to Edo Ekiti, the soil of Colonel Adekunle Fajui and Ayo Fayoshe.
Unbelievable.
No commending the Yorubas. They gave Biafra Prof Willie Soyinka and Taisolaren Colonel Adebayo help after the war, as much as Chief Adenira Ogunsoya, Major General Ganiu Adeleke was on the same side with his course mate, Major T.I. Atimaka Okonkwo and Obonna. There was also Captain David Brown, the American Red Cross pilot, who was downed across Opobo on June 5, 1968. May his soul rest in perfect peace, alongside his use of two Swedish and Norwegians. Count von Rosen was a hero, which with his minicon. So were the Portuguese Otto Elvis, Manuel Reus, and Grel Pinto de Salso, among many others. And this is a very great lesson for us to learn.
It is indeed. It is an eye-opener. It is indeed, Pastor Chris. Go ahead, please.
This is people that fought for Biafra, not Igbos. So if anybody is telling you from Riverine, tell that person to wake up from his dreaming. Tell him to wake up from his dream. Biafra is not all about Igbos. It's all about the people that started the fight, and where the artillery was shot, where the war started, and how it started, and people that organized and our People's General Ojuku to make sure that Biafra fought that war for 3 good years single-handedly with nothing. So now tell me, where is Ohanes Ndibo? I've not seen Nyango than his father here, but the could do well, and his father's name was here.
No, but Pastor Chris, during that time, Nyango and his father were saboteurs. That's what they were doing. Go ahead.
No,
that's why you don't see their name there.
That's not going. David Umaru, I did not see his father, neither his uncle, nor any of his relative, nor him. His name being mentioned in this place. I did not see that. Neither do this man, the drunkard in Anambra State, being mentioned, or any of his family, or whoever from his own clan. And they are now coming up to tell you that you should not. They can't thunder. If I'm calling thunder, people will say, Pastor, you go to Deuteronomy 28 verse 28. Go and read it. First of all, he said, he will send madness to them. Number 2, he will blind them. And he will send thunder. After thunder, he will send a wild wind to wipe them away from the surface of earth. Let me stop here, my brother.
All right, Pastor Chris, this is the greatest lesson, and of course an expose that I'm telling you, Pastor Chris, I have learned so much this morning. You have no idea. Look at the names you have called upon. People like Ben Bruce, when they speak of Biafra, they speak about it with passion, and we don't even know why they were doing that. All right, Pastor Chris, if you can hold on for me a second, you can hold on for me. I need to go to Evangelist Ozaku. She's back again. Evangelist Ozaku, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, my good son.
All right, thank you for coming back. We got cut off. Can you please go ahead? Biafrans are listening.
Okay, dear. So, as I was saying, that our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is not doing anything because he wants to do. And I am reading Isaiah chapter 26, verses 20 and 21. It says, come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and hide thyself for a little moment, as if it is for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed. For behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth shall also disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain. So here, Chukwokike Abiyama is saying that the blood of his people which are shed will no longer be closed up in the earth. That the earth should rise, release the blood so that it will cry unto him. And that as the blood of his people cry unto him, that he will come out to judge Nigeria and the inhabitants of the earth who killed our people. Therefore, that he requires his people Biafrans to enter into the house for a moment. That is sit at home that our leader is talking about. That is the sit at home that Ipob is observing. That we shall enter into our house, into our chambers, into our closet, and hide for a moment, so that the punishment of Chukwokika, so the people who killed Biafrans will not affect us. I don't know whether you are hearing me.
Loud and clear, and Biafrans are hearing too. So, go ahead, please.
Ipob is not just doing anything because we want to do it. We are following the instruction of Chukwokika. So 30th of May is a day that we will stand before Chukwokika to remind him. He said, bring me to remembrance what I have said concerning you in the book of Isaiah chapter 40. He said, put me to remembrance. So 30th of May we shall sit at home in Biafra land.
Yes, sir.
And then stand before Chukwokika to remind him of his promise that he will release punishment upon Nigeria, Britain, and all the nations that gathered together to slay his people from 1945 to date. Even those who massacred us in the north, those who came into our land to kill us, those who are killing us in every nation where he has scattered us, they think they are free. All these nations where Chukwokika has scattered us because of the iniquity of our forefathers, and they are killing us with impunity. Judgment of Chukwokika is going to them one after the other. That is why he said we shall enter into our home, into our closet, and shut the door and remain inside, so that he will go out to destroy, to punish those who have offended him by killing us. And just as I said last night, Yahweh, before he left, before he died, he gave instruction to his disciples to remember his death. Why? Because he came to die to save mankind. And these Biafrans died in order to save us, in order to make us to remain alive today. That is why we shall remember them. And I repeat today, let no Biafra talk about the type of soup they will cook or whatever. We are not on celebration. It's a solemn moment. It's a time that we shall stand before Chukwokika and remind him, these people that died, even these ones that you people are reading about, those who died for us, including the children that we are stabbed to death, those who did not go to war, those who did not carry any arms, just kids, they were stabbed to death. Because of what? Because they want to possess the land that Chukwokika has given us, full of good things. If you read this passage very well, this Isaiah 26 and Isaiah 27, you will see it very clearly written there, that why they invaded us, that we offended our God, then they took that as an excuse to come into our land to harvest all the treasures that Chukwokika put there. That Chukwokika said it's enough. That is enough. Because of his mercy, that he will not continue to allow all these people to destroy his people, Biafrans. So this morning, as we continue to sensitize our people to evangelize concerning the 30th of May, which is coming up in a few days. I would like to encourage every Biafran wherever you are, whether you are an IPOB member or not, that you are hearing our voice anywhere, please enter into your home if you are in Biafra land. Enter into your home. Forget about that market that day. Forget about that school that day. Forget about that work that day. While you are struggle all over the time, what have you achieved? The Chukwokikadiama has given instruction in Isaiah 26:20 that we enter into our house, that we sit at home on that day. And if you disobey whatever you see, you test. And I want to appeal to our engineers, still our radio at Ipob, at Onitsha, some parts of Onitsha have not been working since December. And we need this radio to evangelize to our people. I thank you, Mazi Kechukwu, for giving me the opportunity. May Chukwokikadiama continue to bless us. Bless our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our Deputy Leader, Mazi Chemefo, all the members of the Directorate or Principal Officers, everyone, IPOB family member who is working greatly in order to see to the restoration of Biafra. Chukwokikadiama will make us to enjoy Biafra in the end.
Thank you. You say, thank you very much. And of course, we welcome that, and that is one of our own mother and evangelist, Ozako. She's the woman who is always on her knees praying for Biafra. Pastor Chris. Hello, Pastor Chris, can you hear me? Pastor Chris, are you still there? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Pastor Chris, you Egypt no we mark esi ku Egypt no to about. I would have let you go long time ago, but Egypt no. What can I do? So all the guy got full time. So hold on for me. I will get back to you. Biafrans wants to talk to us, and of course we must oblige. This is their platform after all.
Yes.
We must give them that opportunity.
Yes.
All right, hold on for me 1 second, Pastor Chris. Let me see if I can take this call. Otherwise,
let them follow the instructions, today's analysis, not to bring in some certain.
Absolutely. You know what happened is, you know how some of our people, they will just take their phone. They're not listening to the radio. They'll just call and start giving their own point of view. And of course, we must allow them. It is their radio. Of course. All right, Pastor Chris, hold on for me there. Let me take this call. Call on the line. Can you hear me? Biafra is rising.
Yes, my brother, Biafra is rising. Nigeria is falling. Britain is falling. My brother, this is my first time of getting you since you located to Israel.
It's motor relocation. Yes. Please give me your names and where you're calling from.
Yes, my name is Ogochukwu. I'm from Abagana.
All right. Biafra is rising. Go ahead, please.
Yes, I pray to God to get you, and I'm happy I got you.
And I'm happy you are talking to me this morning. From Hello Motherland, yes. We are here where Biafra is rising. So let's rise together. Yes. Go ahead.
Where Biafra is rising speedily.
Absolutely. With speed, with speed. You want to go like a fast train.
When the couple was arrested, we have only little Biafra London. Now we have US 1 and 2. We have Israel.
Absolutely.
We have South Africa.
And more are coming. More are still coming. More are still coming. Go ahead, please.
I want to start by thanking you people in the studio there, my brother Pastor Chris. Number one, the news today is educating. I was so happy.
Pastor Chris this morning. Go ahead, please.
And I want to tell you, one of the man he mentioned, SJC Cookie. The man, I know him. I have his number. He's the first indigenous vice chancellor of Uniport.
Wow.
He's still alive.
Wow.
So if you go to his house, we see a big enlargement picture with Ujuku. The man wrote a book, Letter with Reasons. If you read this thing, my eyes were that very clear. So when he was given that, cookie is still alive. I know him, I know his house.
Wow.
Number two, when you talk about you read of Mike, my brother, today news was an eye-opening to me. I want to say that why this man said what he said, deny, reject all the offer they given to him, is because it's Biafra by blood. Blood here mix with Hausa and Yoruba. And when you are a Biafra by blood, you just like land can all the offer they offer you. He said no, because it's a Biafra by blood. So I want to thank people like that who stood before us and make sure that we are not consumed. Finally, my brother, I want to tell you that Radio Biafra. Hello?
Yes, go ahead. You are live, you are direct, and humanity are listening. Go ahead.
Radio Biafra is Mother Ubunibe. You hear about Ubunibe during the war?
Absolutely.
I know what I read the history how Alozie used Ubunibe to finish Butar and his people in Abagana. So Radio Biafra is the Mother Ubunibe. He's hitting Nigeria. He's hitting Britain. He's hitting all our enemies. And I assure you, he will keep on hitting them until Nigeria vanishes in this earth.
Yes,
in the name of people.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, my brother, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I want to tell every Biafran, 30th of May is non-negotiable. It is 30th of May. We are sitting at home. We don't care. We must mourn the people that die that we must live. No, we are not negotiating with anybody. Nobody will tell us not to come out. Who is on the and the group? They are nothing. We have a leader now. We have, even when the Malay, we have man the time.
Absolutely.
A man God has sent. My brother, I live in the water. I have talked to 30 years in this place. I know how this place, you can't talk about people here before. But today, only one voice has united us together.
Thank you very much. Biafra is rising. Thank you very much. We welcome that. There will. All right, we must continue. Pastor Chris opened my eyes this morning because there are things that we do sometimes we don't know where it came from. Pastor Chris, I don't know if you're listening. Can you hear me?
I'm hearing.
All right. There are things that we do sometimes we don't know where they are coming from. When I was in South Africa, when I started broadcasting in Hello Motherland, because I used to walk around the provinces of South Africa. I drive around, I walk in courts, from one province to the other. Some places I go, I stay like 2 days. Some I stay like 3 days. Pastor Chris, I take Radio Biafra, I put it in my car boots. I drive to Appington. I broadcast there. I go to Free State. If those who are listening to me in South Africa those days, you will hear me sometimes. I will tell you, this is Radio Biafra South Africa coming to you from Free State. Tomorrow I tell you from somewhere else. I'm sure people will be wondering what's going on. Why are you not in Johannesburg? That was the spirit of Radio Biafra from time immemorial. It is a unbelievable. And we are doing it the same. Our leader has taught all over the world, and he always goes with the radio. If he's in Malaysia, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
I say sophisticated weapon.
Absolutely.
You know what he did?
Now you're sounding like the dead Buhari. You know what that boy Nnamdi Kanu came into the country with. That's what they call Nnamdi Kanu. Are you aware what he came into the country with? The kind of weapon.
Passport, and you don't go enter with passport. with a sophisticated weapon.
And after that, I was investigating to see maybe our leader came in with some weapons of mass destruction which we will use to start war immediately. Only to find out that what our leader came in was his microphone and the radio gadgets.
Sorry. You know what baffles them?
Yeah.
As they caught our leader that day, hoping that the radio will stop, they are same night, the radio reported his speech. Anya Hacha read. What kind of they heard the weapon there, but the radio is talking. What the hell is happening?
I'm sure they'll be asking him, make the radio stop now. Can you make this radio stop talking? Unbelievable. All right, Pastor Chris, please hold on there. I need to go to the line. Of course, Biafrans are talking this morning, and we will allow them to do so. Call on the line. Are you aware that Biafra is rising?
Biafra is rising.
Wachineke, please go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Mazi. I'm Wanko Jonathan, calling from Oriegbe. Oriegbe is in Amudo, Abakaliki province. I'm very happy this morning.
Welcome to the program.
Great. Thank you very much, sir. I want to really commend you. Thank you so much for the analyst today, Pastor Chris, and our great leader, Nnamdi Kanu, and especially most of you in the media team. God bless you so much.
And bless you too.
You know, our enemies, Britain, Nigeria, and their cohort thought that they would have won the battle by removing the hatred from us. But the only mistake they made is not removing it from the Wikipedia. So that is one of the mistakes they made. And they thought by annihilating starving our people and killing them, they also made the mistake of not annihilating them in totality and allowing this generation of Biafrans to emerge again. So, and I know we'll keep going from strength to strength. So this morning, I want to say that our sit at home or the honoring of our heroes is non-negotiable.
Absolutely.
So let's not be apologetic to Zoo Nigeria and their co-hosts, Ohanes Igbo and the Southeast governors. All the opinion is not even needed. That's why whenever we say it's non-negotiable, the opinion is not needed. Because they have lost their relevance. All they are saying, all these things, they are barking like dogs, they can't bite. They are only doing the digging of their flying masters. If they didn't say all these things they are saying now, maybe the flying masters will feel maybe they are not living up to the expectation of all the money they have been giving and all those things. So they are just like cow or snake. You know, whenever you cut off the head of the snake, that is when you know how active it is. You see it, even if you want to bite you the other time, it will be more respectful, honorable, and diplomatic. But if snake bite you when the head is being cut off, that's when you know how active they are. Likewise, cow, whenever you cut the throat, you know it can kick anything. That is the state or the nature of the zoo and their Biafran collaborators. So whatever they are doing is for none. So and they thought maybe they can just proceed in maybe remove honoring our heroes on 30th May. It's just like taking us back to the history. And this history that Pastor Chris is really giving us, which is opening our eyes, is in relation to maybe when the devil or Britain thought maybe they are were busy removing history from us. They don't know that God, Chukwuagama, is busy raising Nnamdi Kanu, and while they are raising Yoruba media to do what they are doing today, God is by the side raising Nnamdi Kanu to bring us back to media, through which you can know this our history and also forming the basis of honoring our heroes' day. And I want to say that we should uphold this history. When Biafra will be restored, maybe it will form the basis of our development. It will be a driving force. For those of us that I want to apply the principle of catapult. For those of us that we are born in the village and we grew up in the village, we do shoot catapult, shoot bird and other things. You know, the closer you draw the catapult to your heart, even across your neck, back, that's how far it can go if you release it. That is why I'm saying it's history. When Biafra is even now on this course of agitation, we should focus, if we can focus this 50% of this into history, we can go far beyond achieving Biafra in limited time. Okay. So, because we are not informed with history, that's why we are deformed by using divide and rule to separate us, to do all this harm we can. But if we can take ourselves back to history we can unify, we can be consolidated.
All right, Mazi, thank you very much for that.
All right, God bless you. Thank you.
God bless you too. All right, we welcome that. And of course, before I go back to Pastor Chris, let me go to a call on Skype, and then I will come back to you again, Pastor Chris, so we can start summarizing because our time is almost up. Call on Skype. Can you hear me? Biafra is rising.
Biafra is rising. Mazi Kechku. Good morning.
Good morning from here, and welcome to Radio Biafra Middle East. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Oh, hey, Biafra.
Oh, hey, Biafra.
Oh, hey, Biafra. Oh, hey, Biafra. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama Ekekero bless every IPOB family members all over the world and all the whole Biafrans working for the restoration of Kingdom of Chukwu Okike Abiyama.
Yes, sir.
May he bless our Igbo leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Give him more strength. Give him more courage. Let the plans of the enemy be not fulfilled. And let anybody that think good for him, let good be sent back to him. But anybody that think bad, thinking his downfall, back to sender. May he bless our deputy, bless all the IPOB leadership, and anywhere you are, may Chukwu Okike Abiyama prosper, and bless anything you lay your hand to do to support this struggle in the mighty name of Chukwu Okike Abiyama. I pray.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, my brothers and sisters.
Thank you very much.
I want to use this opportunity to acknowledge our brother, Pastor Chris. He's a wonderful man. I don't know him. I don't know how he even looks. But
are you, Mazi? Are you aware? I started working with Pastor Chris from 2007. I don't know if it's 2016 or 2017. We were working on the radio. 17, yes. But I did not know who he is. I haven't seen him before. I don't know what he looks like. When I got here in Israel in 2019, I said to him, hold on. I said to him, Pastor Chris, you know what? Before we continue working again, can I see who I'm working with? Maybe it's a spirit. Because I don't know. For 3 years, I haven't seen you. It doesn't make sense. Please go ahead.
So I want to thank him because his profession as a pastor, theology, they are the people that have time to read, because not all these things, some of them have chased money and pass out. Most of these things we are doing, they were called to do it, to come and save those they were in bondage, those that are enslaved, to die and suffer, Christ-like. Because they have time to bring out some wonderful peace that anyone can go and research and see, because some of our people, they don't know nothing. They know nothing. And businessman don't read. Ask any businessman, how many of you have ever read one book, no matter if it's 30 copy, after you left your school, you read to pass? How many of them have ever read that? No. Some of them don't even know the history of what we are doing. That is why when they look at you, when they see you, they think, because a lot of people, different faces, strange faces, people that you might not even like, people that might not be your friend in this struggle. That is why they say Yendara, but now thank you, Pastor Chris. Let me just straight to the point. I don't know, Mazi Kechku, have you ever come across it in social media that one UN representative come to visit Buhari unannounced? She's sneaking. I don't know if you have ever heard about that.
No, I haven't heard about that.
Our intelligence need to build the satellite and know what the mission is all about, because United Nations they have inflicted a lot of pains against us, because any human rights laws was meant because of Biafran, but we were denied. We are nowhere to be seen. All those rights have been transferred to the Arab Muslims. So these people are conjunction
Mazi Simon, let me cut it short to you because of time. I need to assure you one thing, very, very important. Our freedom, our self-determination is entirely in our own hands, and we are going to take it by fire, by force, whether anybody likes it or not. You see, what we are doing now is the normal thing to do. We need to do it legally. We need to do it, like a civilized people. But at the end of the day, it is our freedom, and we must get it. You can be rest assured of that one. Please go ahead and summarize for me so that we can begin to close this program.
The attention of our people to IPOB intelligence should know what's going on. Secondly, because these people, they don't listen, they don't hear peace. But one thing I know, when due time come, we have everything. We have everything to send message to our enemies. Because when UN was in Nigeria, there was a time they were messing up. They tried to report what happened. Boko Haram sent a message to them that made them to run away. So and we can't be allowing those people that inflict misery, like our sister Uzak said. They think those people that have saw their hand support in killing of Biafra, they think they can get away with it.
All right, Mazi, summarize for me. Time is up. Time is up against me. I need to start coming. All right.
Please, Mazi Ikechukwu, there's something sometimes it bothers me, but I need to say it up on air here. Since 2014, I've been in this struggle. A lot of things have happened to me, good and bad, but some things are not. Let's hear from some people. Nobody, I want to say it here on air. If anybody have ever given me 1 cent, support me in anything I'm doing in this struggle personally, let him come on air and say it. Our people with money, when they see you, you don't beg them, you don't ask them for anything. They say IPOB is paying me. I have, since I'm in Europe, I never take common social, even unemployed benefit, I never took it one day. In the whole Europe I have ever lived. Talking of IPOB paying me, let me make it clear to you guys, I am doing what I am doing in this struggle because this is my life. I was told that I am Biafran. My father never left any money for me, never left any inheritance for me. This is what he told me at the age of 5 years. He made me to start fighting for my freedom at the age of 10 years. I was freed. 14 years I started deciding what will happen to my life, both good and bad. So fellow Biafrans, if you are thinking that I see some people posting receipts that people are paying money for Nnamdi Kanu, paying money for people in abroad that doesn't do anything. Imagine that kind of thing. That is emotion some people are saying.
All right.
I can't understand our people with anything money.
Mazi, people will always talk, unfortunately, and there's nothing you can do about it. But like I said, you need to remain resolute and concentrate, because at the end of the day, it is their right to talk and they will talk. But you just have to focus on what you are doing, and Biafra will come. All right, thank you very much for that, Mazi.
Thank you, Mazi, for giving me this opportunity.
All right, thank you very much. Of course, our time is up. Our time is running. I need to quickly rush to Pastor Chris to summarize for me before we are out of this place. Pastor Chris, if you can hear me, I'm back to you again. Let's start packing up. Let's start summarizing, because please go ahead.
Yes, what I want to say is very simple. It's only a dead man that could not ascertain or kind of say that this is who I am, and that is where I come from. But I believe Biafrans know exactly who we are and where we are coming from. If anyone comes up to tell you, to distract you, to kind of hypnotize, try to brainwash you with those of the fake news, you have to defeat them by asking them some few questions. As a father, as a man of the house, what history do you have to offer me as a youth? So that I will say, if you are no more, that I will say that this is what this man told me, and this is where he stopped, and that is where he stopped is where I'm going to start. That is what we, Biafrans, should be doing right now to all those of them that call themselves elites. They cannot just come on air and start telling you don't do this, because now the only man we know as a history maker that brought us back to where we are, to where we are, to recognize who we are, is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because these things have not been lectured in the schools, has not been taught of even in the churches, in the social gathering. It has never, for the past almost 50-something years, and it came up to lecture us with this right now. And somebody from one Tombo, after eating with account with a expired meat that was they kept in a showcase for one week, come out with come to tell you that sitting at home will jeopardize the economy. Tell me, which economy is he talking about? Is it the economy of the airports in Enugu, where if you want to afford the ticket to board what they call it Ethiopia airline to anywhere in part of the world, they increase it almost 500%. In Abuja, some of the areas 280,000 naira per ticket to anywhere, but in Enugu 360,000, 360, and they have not been able to say that, and that is where they could have been generating that revenue. And no seaport was even allowed to ship to Bat. To Bat in every place. And they are talking. No good road, no good education, and your children, people you are governing, are scampering. All of them are in overseas. And outsiders are invading their homes, raping their wives, throwing everything upside down. And when we talk about recognizing our youth and being as a Biafra, people that fought for our freedom, you say that we have an economy, that people are causing anarchy. These people are taking more than they could chew. This is what I will say now, but I want to put my parting short because of time. Biafrans, please, we don't have to be distracted by these very people. All you need to do is make our time to read. Because there is, the more you read, even Bible said it, it says, study to show yourself approved. Make sure you read, even if you don't understand it. Use Google, use Wikipedia, use dictionary. They will help you, or you use voice to your devices. They will direct you how to pronounce those words. By so doing, you lecture yourself. Don't wait until people come and begin to just lecture yourself, so that nobody will come to cheat you. Nobody will come to hypnotize or brainwash you. So you won't be a victim of circumstances. So thank you very much. Even as we meet again some other time.
Pastor Chris, before you go, there is this song that when our enemies hears it, they get a heart attack. Just like the way Hausa Fulani hears Radio Biafra, they went to coma. All right, I want you to help me sing this song before you go. You know the song, Holy, Holy. Holy, Holy, Naikano is another say. Holy, 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 Naikano is another Savior. Holy, 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 Naikano is another Savior. Holy, 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 Nnamdi Kanu is All right, thank you very much, Pastor Chris. We really appreciate the lecture this morning. This is exclusive, and of course on Monday when we come back again, we will come with another lectures. Of course, we'll be talking about all our heroes one after the other until we get to 30th of May, when we are going to do the real Remembrance Day. But now we are building up. We have started the countdown, and the countdown continues. Thank you, Pastor Chris, and may Chukwu bless you.
Thank you.
All right, that was one and only Pastor Chris, all the way from Cambodia, but he is a Biafran, of course, giving us a lecture here on the University of Radio Biafra, the only university in the planet Earth where we lecture people on Radio Biafra. And don't forget, Radio Biafra is a weapon of mass destruction. The late Buhari Nurulu Radio Biafra were ma GGG. Hausa Fulani Nurulu Radio Biafra, they went into coma, and they said, do you know what he came into the country with? He came in with a weapon of mass destruction, and that is the radio that we are speaking here this morning, breaking this world according to the restoration of Biafra. And of course we are speaking because we know that Biafra is going to be restored. We have no weapons of mass destruction of our own physically, but what we have is the word of Chukwoki Kabiama. What we have is the willpower, because we believe that through this message, that through this gospel, that Biafra will be restored in her all entirety. Trust me when I tell you, we must get Biafra. It is a must. You walk, otherwise, because what we are now is not alive. We need Biafra in order for us to live. We need Biafra because Biafra is like the air that we breathe. Without Biafra, we will suffocate. Unbelievable. All right, before I go, let me take one or two more calls and then we will bring this program to an end. But be rest assured that we will be back again on Monday with yet another expose, only here on Radio Biafra, the first and the last. All right, Pastor Jack, you need to make it snappy for me, and of course we will bring this program to an end. Go ahead, please. Call on Skype.
Yes, Mazike, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, and Biafrans are listening too.
Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are listening from this morning. My name is Pastor Jack, and I'm calling from Lagos precisely this morning. And I'm going to make it brief. First of all, I want us to understand one thing, that this struggle has been sanctioned by God. And that is the reason why you are seeing the struggle going the way it is going. God make us to understand in the book of 2 Samuel chapter 7 verse 10. He said, moreover, I will appoint a place for my people Biafra. He said, and we plant them there, that they may dwell in that place of their own, and they shall move no more. Neither shall the children of wickedness afflict them any more as before time. This is ordained by God, what we are doing today. It doesn't matter who agrees or who doesn't agree. But one thing is sure, Biafra is a reality. Now I want to quickly flash back to what Pastor Chris just analyzed this morning. It's worthy of note that most of our comrades are heroes that laid their life down for this struggle of Biafra. We are not even Igbos. Now this is a very big lesson for those of some of you who are trying to Igbonize what we are doing. Because we are Biafra. Before the word Igbo, or before the so-called South and South-East, we are one old Eastern people. That is why you saw these men, these are heroes that fought. One of them committed suicide because he learned that we are going to surrender in that war. So I want you to know today, like my Mazike has just said this morning, whatsoever we are doing today is for posterity to judge us tomorrow. Because, like one of our brothers complaining about UN this morning, we don't bloody care about UN because we know they are Islamic. Everything in the world, they conspire against us. But there's one thing, if God did for you, no one can be against you. And he said one thing, surely there's an end, and the expectation of the righteous, the expectation of the effort shall not be cut off. When we are done with what we're doing now, either the world will quietly, honorably, obediently, civilizingly grant us Biafra, or they will see how it's going to be. Indeed, this slender Biafra is more than weapon. That was why the dead Buhari was able to tell you that our leader came in with a sophisticated weapon. Because they know the damage the radio did to them. And the same thing, the same damage the radio is doing. We have not even done anything, only the radio. They spent billions of dollars, went into recession several because of Radio Biafra. But I just want assure you that all of you should keep faith alive. Very soon by God's grace, we are going to empower Lagos, empower Abuja with Radio Biafra. If you wake up in the morning, afternoon, so that those are lost brothers and sisters, we will win their souls back and they will hear the message. And when they hear the message, you will actually know that God has sanctioned this program and God has sent our leader to go and deliver his children. Let me just stop here. But one thing I want to tell you people, wherever you are, make sure May 30th our Heroes Day. You sit at home and observe that very day. Look at everything, be it keke, be it vehicle, be it shop, whatsoever. Lock down. Anywhere, but when it's there for land or outside there for land, lock down so that we honor our own. Because we don't honor them, nobody will honor them. Thank you very much,
all right. Thank you very much,
this morning. May God bless all of you.
Bless you too. All hail Biafra. Thank you, Pastor Jack. And of course, I don't know, nobody is calling in for our question of today. Of course, this question is for our brothers from the Riverine area. If you are from the Riverine area, the question is very simple. We need you to tell us, when did BTV, Biafra Television, came up on air the first time? And who were those who started the broadcast? We need the names and the dates when this television came up on air, Biafra television? If you know the answer, you can call us, and of course, if you get it right, you will walk away with free-to-air HD decoder. It will be all yours. All right, my time is almost up, but let me take one or two more calls, and then we'll bring this program to an end. Call on Skype. Can you hear me?
Okay, thank Mazi Kechuku. Good morning.
Good morning from here. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, thank you very much. My name is I'm calling from Italy. I see that your time was why not?
Yes, please.
I will not hesitate to give up what I want to give. There's one of our brother called, said he's calling from Europe, they are paying him or what. That's I would rather to go and listen to one of the Igbo singer, native Igbo singer, there's a called Perico, my head. Okorobịa iri nne ya ga na-asị gị makasịrị ha. Okorobịa ịgbara ọnụ aga.
Yes, go ahead.
Makasịrị ha. Asịrị ha wesiga anyị. So whatever you do, then if you decide to come back home, without mingle with people, irrelevant, inconsequential people in the street, decide to go home and sleep, and tomorrow when you go to your work, they must talk something. If you come back from work and just go decide to mingle with people, they must talk something. So you should forget about them. I remember when our leader was in London, because they share in London talking rubbish. He come back here. When he came back, and they arrested him and they released him. They don't give him bail condition now. You know, if he come out, he come out. They call it wrong. They say, "Don't why you not stay here? All this rubbish, inconsequential human beings are moving." And that's something that our brother said, that our people know nothing. To be honest with you, they knew nothing. They knew nothing. Especially those men of 60 years. When you see, you wonder yourself. I think our leader, Mazuman, to the most intelligent Biafra that will lead the Biafra till tomorrow. The people today are more intelligent than those people with certificate of what do our leader call them? Educational illiterate, educated illiterate. Yes. Educated illiterate. So that's one thing I want to highlight, brother. I took out my and watch Masobo video when they said they want to go and they give thanks in Enugu, Thanksgiving. To be honest with this family. So these people, we mention their names or names and this and rubbish. These people, they don't have any office with where the office located. They don't have enough. Nobody knows them. They are nobody. You see them. They also write up something on Facebook and post it. Then the European media will help them to give more details about it. On 30th of May, they will see IPOB. Who is IPOB? They will see us on the street. They will see us in the street. They will see us in their sitting at home. So let me just drop from here. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Mazi, for that. And of course, that was well said and well delivered. And of course, even also it went along with Perikome's song. And that is also hilarious, and we do welcome that. Thank you very much. All right, this is where we will end it. This is where we will bring it to an end. It is Radio Biafra Middle East, of course. We're talking 30th of May. We are counting down to what is going to be a wonderful celebration and remembrance of our heroes who have passed away. And of course, when we say celebration, we are celebrating their life, their explicitity that they've done, the things that they have done in order to ensure that we are still alive today. But let me go to Motherland Biafra before we wrap it up all. Caller on the line, can you hear me? My goodness me, the line is going crazy, but we'll see what we can do about it. Caller on the line, if you can hear me, Biafra is rising. All right, if you can maybe up your volume a little bit so we can hear you, because I cannot hear you at all.
Biafra is rising.
Biafra is rising. Please go ahead. Biafrans are listening.
I'm calling from Ebony City. I'm by name. Please, I want to know where I will belong to IPOB at Abattoir. I come back from Onisha in 2016. I never see IPOB meeting to join at Abattoir.
All right, we have IPOB in Abakaliki. Are you on Facebook?
I'm on Facebook, but voice. I'm on Facebook, but I'm not.
I cannot hear you, Maz. You need to speak up a little bit, please. I don't know what's going on with your line.
I'm in Facebook, sir. I'm in Facebook, sir.
Okay, can I give you my Facebook name so that you can drop me some email, then I'll get back to you on Facebook. Is that all right?
Okay, sir. Okay.
All right. My Facebook names are Mike Biafra Obi.
Mike Biafra Obi.
Yes, Mike Biafra Obi. Just send me a message on my inbox, and of course I will get back to you on how you can go about joining an IPOB family in Abakaleke. Is that all right?
Okay, sir. Okay.
There will. Thank you very much.
My people, my dialect, sir.
All right, Mazi, your volume for me. I don't know if it's from my side or whatever, but please go ahead and make it short and quick for me. I don't know why it's so low. I can't hear a thing. Go ahead, please.
I want to speak my dialect, sir.
Better now, better now. Yes, go ahead and make it brief. Go ahead.
There's a kuna do the girl before know you. Ngwe jog, ngwe kelulu. Last one of the kale Ipob, BIAFRA. BIAFRA le iranyeka. BIAFRA wo ukikowa. Eshile mbo mara nyaze BIAFRA. Otaga ema yawa na another ta akwanta. And then after okay, more students, our students, they were the history school. So I could share my history about ourselves. But people don't know what's over there, maybe that, I was pushing mad. When I was for start here and I with the Jaffa, we take one of them. Today, go there, we get one of the Jeremy and the Damo, go there, much more. Only big Africa.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Ndeomazi. All right, we thank you for that, and of course we'll go to the last caller for today. Mazi Patrick, you have come to the party very, very late, but of course we will give you 2 minutes. We will give you 2 minutes, just 2 minutes to wrap up for us so that we can close. Please go ahead.
Okay, Mazi, good morning, Mazi Kechiku. Sorry, I've been very, very busy recently. I just want to briefly make an announcement for our 30th of May rally in Italy. IPOB Italy 30th of May rally. The location is Piazza del Popolo in Roma. The rally is going to start from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. in the afternoon. And for many people who want to ask for direction or information can reach Mazi Patrick on 388-177-9665. 388-177-9665. IPOB Italy 30th of May rally. Mazi, there is this our brother that gave us 40 days challenge. One Mr. Clayton Odo, who gave IPOB a 30 days challenge, and we have engaged him, and I'll be speaking with him live by 6 p.m. Biafran time. For many people who want to, come online, can come and engage and ask your questions.
Right.
Because at this point in time, we are facing them one after the other. IPOB is here. For those who feel they are educated, they are intelligent, let them come in, engage us, and many of them are just hanging around with pride, but we are open to discussion with them so that they can come into the struggle and make their contribution rather than standing by the side and be criticizing. Mazi Kechiku, I appreciate your opportunity you've given me today. And I don't want to waste much of your time. When I'm free, I'm still your analyst. So
of course. When you come back on duty, of course you are welcome.
It's just that I have been on a lot of voluntary work for IPOB. On the personal levels.
All right, I tell you, Mazi, I tell you, from now till Monday or Tuesday, I need you to go and do your research and please get me something down on our heroes. Some of our heroes that we don't know about, people we don't know about, that we need to know about, that fought on Biafra's side, that fought gallantly, that we must remember on 30th of May. That is your assignment. So once you got it, then you can come on air on Monday or Tuesday.
I'll get in touch.
All right, but please communicate with me. Communicate with me so that we can schedule. All right.
I'll drop you a message on Skype.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Okay, and have a nice day, bro.
Mazi, please don't drop on Skype. Drop it on my Facebook. That will be better, so I can access it.
Okay, Mike will be Biafra.
Mike Biafra will be.
Okay, Mike Biafra will be. Okay, then. Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. There will. All right, this is how we work here on Radio Biafra Middle East. Patrick is one of our analysts, but of course he has been off for a while now, but he's got a new assignment. He needs to come back here on Monday or Tuesday and tell us who we need to remember. Tell us some of our heroes that we don't know about, because there are so many of them that we must remember. Even our callers, even our listeners, even our people, if you know of any Biafran Alright, I think I'm off a bit now. I'm talking about, if you know of any of our heroes that we must remember, those who were slaughtered in Iguacha, those who were slaughtered in Mpo, those who were slaughtered all around Biafra land recently, and also last 2 years, that you know of, we must remember. When you come on air from Monday, you must mention them, because we need to know those heroes. They need to be respected and they need to be remembered. Alright, unfortunately I cannot take further calls because our time is off. But before we go, very, very important, before we go, we need to listen to this. Very, very important.
Biafran Heroes and Heroines Remembrance Day 2019. Oh yes, my good people of Biafra, our freedom don't they at hand, oh, my obungalicious Biafrans. Once again, the Biafran Heroes and Heroines Remembrance Day don't come again for Thursday 30th May 2019, where we did so. Now when it go happen, great Biafrans, this Heroes and Heroines Remembrance Day don't become tradition in the history and life of Biafrans worldwide. As other nations, they remember their fallen heroes. Now so we, the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, go remember, honor, respect and salute our fallen mama, papa, brother, sister, uncle, aunt, cousin, children, even tata and bomboy. When Nigerian government with her British papa and mama and her allied forces massacre for Asaba, Owerri, Ugwuawusa, Mpo, Iguacha, Ode, Aba, Ala Yoruba, Afaruku, Ibeku, and other places who are not mentioned. These great heroes and heroines will bleed, hunger, thirst, suffer and died, lay the foundation for our existence today. Thursday, 30th May 2019, as usual, all captains of industry, Nigerian Union of Road Transport Workers, market leaders and their markets, schools, colleges, universities, polytechnics, oil bank companies, banks, transport operators, stubborn keke riders will no get welfare, advice on ourselves, filling stations, civil servants, private offices, churches and ministries, together with other for the whole of Biafra land, must obey and observe this hallowed, sacred and sober day, as we, the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, under the supreme leadership of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the entire Directorate of States, in conjunction with the Obungalicious good people of Biafra, don't agree and declare, say, Thursday, 30th of May 2019, na sit at home, aka Operation Total Lockdown of Biafra land, nke bụ iwebe niile chen na ala Biafra. This Biafran Heroes and Heroines Remembrance Day will be sit at home, go carry this white fire enter Asaba, Abo, Igala, Yoruba, Igedi, Shekiri, Ibanke, Igbo, Binuzo, or Bobarugebo, Ijo, and the whole of 25 provinces were there for Biafra land, even as our Biafrans in Ofe Manoland, Yoruba, and Ugwuawusa go also join in this sit at home. Mbaho, our people in diaspora go carry Bunzobu, Biafra Bo Kemba, with all our Ejirimara and electrify the streets of Ambeke and Africa in general. Through Tochukwu Kikabiama, this year's Biafran Heroes and Heroines Remembrance Day go be Pokrepo, Thursday 30th May 2019. Another history in the making. 30th May 2019, another indelible mark in the sign of time and of history by Biafrans. Join this one big global family for the restoration of Biafra. Makana Hausa Fulani Nokwanoka, Obuguna Hab Haloka, no talk say you know hear am or I no tell you. Join IPOB now, because our freedom is better than silver and gold. Freedom is life. Our freedom is better than diamond and precious stones. Freedom is here. Now the Obungalicious indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, bring una this message.